We like to think success is earned. But when you look at the numbers, luck plays a much bigger role than anyone wants to admit. Everyone talks about becoming a billionaire like it's some sort of equation. Hard work plus intelligence plus grit equals success. But what if I told you the #1 reason for billionaires is luck? Not a little luck. Not right place, right time luck. I'm talking about astronomical, cosmic, lottery-level luck. And billionaire Mark Cuban says the exact same thing. Think about your own life. How much of it is due to luck? Not some of it. Not half. All of it. Let me show you something simple. You walk downstairs, you step on a dog toy, you slip, fall, and think you broke something. So now you're driving to the hospital. You get rear-ended, and an ambulance takes you the rest of the way. You end up with the same nurse for 3 days. You start talking. You go on a date. You get married. 30 years of your life, kids, home, every memory, all because of a dog toy on the stairs. Call it fate if you want. But to me, it's just luck. The most important thing in your life, more important than anything you will ever do, was decided before you took your first breath. When you were born, and where you were born. Your entire life trajectory is built on that foundation. Everything else, your talent, your ambition, your work ethic, is secondary. And billionaire Mark Cuban, who literally sold broadcast.com for billions, admits this openly.
You have called yourself the luckiest guy in the world.
Yeah.
How much of your success do you really believe is due to luck? Because I think we've laid out a lot of things that aren't luck at all.
Yeah, luck applies in terms of scale. You know, when we took broadcast.com public, it was during the middle of an internet stock mania.
Yeah.
And it was the largest IPO in the history of IPOs at the time. And if there wasn't internet stock mania at the time, I wouldn't be sitting here and you wouldn't know who I am. Oh, I could be a millionaire again.
Yeah.
Right? I can make enough money to live because I can sell all these things we've talked about.
Right.
But a billionaire?
Right.
That's luck. I don't care who you are. If you say it's not luck, you're lying your ass off.
When a billionaire says becoming a billionaire is luck, we should probably believe him. Because broadcast.com didn't become a billion-dollar company just because Cuban was smart. It became huge because he hit the exact moment in history where the stock market was throwing money at anything with .com on the end of it. If the internet bubble never happened, Cuban himself says we wouldn't know who he is. That's not disrespect. That's reality. Let's talk about the big names. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. These guys are obviously smart and driven, but so are millions of other people who never had the chance to become billionaires. The difference? The decade they were born. Amazon does not exist without the internet, and the internet age is, in the scope of human history, microscopic. Anatomically modern humans have been around about 300,000 years, whereas humans with art, religion, and complex culture have been around about 50,000 years. And the internet age, just 30 years. You could have been born in 99.94% of human history where the internet didn't exist. 97% of places where opportunities didn't exist. A time before electricity, medicine, or education. A war zone, poverty. A place where success is mathematically impossible. Bezos was born in 1964. By the time the internet took off, he was in his early 30s. Old enough to understand business, but young enough to take a risk. Perfect timing. Let's put real numbers on this. These are conservative estimates. First, being in your 20s or early 30s during the internet explosion puts you at 1 in 30,000 throughout human history. 2, being born in the United States is at about 1 in 33. 3, being raised in the middle class is about 1 in 1.6. 4, being academically and financially positioned to attend Princeton is about 1 in 45. Multiply them. 1 in 30,000 times 33 times 1.6 times 45 equals 1 in approximately 71,280,000. Jeff Bezos is essentially a lottery winner, and we treat him like the money he has is purely the result of brilliance and hard work. Sorry, no. He hit a 1 in 71 million jackpot. How lucky at that. Professor Scott Galloway says the quiet part out loud. Before you tell me it's all hard work, listen to a guy who has built and lost companies, teaches at NYU Stern, and studies this stuff for a living.
I hit the lottery. Being born a white heterosexual male in 60s California, I hit the lottery. 76% admissions rate at UCLA, basically free, came into professional age when the internet was coming online. I mean, a lot of my success is not my fault. I was in the right place at the right time. The best strategy for being successful is where you're born. and when and how you're born, right? So I had the right skin tone, the right sexual orientation, and I was born in the right place at the right time. None of that was my fault.
Scott Galloway literally calls his own success not my fault. He admits he hit the lottery being born. White male, heterosexual, in California. In the 1960s with cheap college, as the internet was being born. None of that was talent. None of that was hard work. It was luck. I'm not saying billionaires shouldn't be wealthy. Hard work should absolutely be rewarded. But to act like extreme wealth, jets, yachts, islands, $100 million weddings, is purely because someone is superior? That's insane. It's the same logic as saying, a lottery winner deserves it because they bought the ticket. No, they got lucky. Just like Bezos, just like Gates, just like Musk, just like Buffett. If Bezos had been born in 1750, he would have been a blacksmith or a farmer. The idea that billionaires are 100% self-made is fantasy. Luck isn't fair. Life isn't fair. People aren't dealt the same cards. Some people are born with money, safety, opportunity. Others are born into war, disability, poverty, or disease. So yes, work hard, become skilled, take advantage of opportunities, but understand where those opportunities come from, and understand why extreme wealth should be taxed in a way that lifts people who got dealt the worst hands. Because if we're being honest, billionaires aren't self-made. They're self-improved, maybe, but they're not self-created. Their story started with luck, just like yours, just like mine, just like everyone's. If you found this interesting and you want more videos mixing data, philosophy, sports, and real life, hit subscribe. And remember, the odds of you even being born were impossibly small. Think of the chances your parents met, decided to have a child, that one sperm out of millions matching up with that one egg. All of the possible DNA combinations. AI says the odds are like winning the Powerball every day for 10,000 years in a row. So yes, we're all lucky. But some of us started life several steps ahead, and some started miles behind. Recognizing that is understanding reality, understanding how the world actually works. And that understanding is the first step toward building a world where luck isn't the only thing that decides someone's future. This is Life by the Numbers.